This year, she's been such a great mentor to some of these young players like Aaliyah Chavez. Zaya Van, the steal. Tough angle there from underneath the bucket.
Yeah, she kind of ran out of real estate down there on that baseline. Big time effort. Sooners again picking up full court. And Chad, we could talk about Peyton Verhulst, I mean, for the next 8 minutes and 39 seconds because I just love her game. She does so much. I mean, we always talk about the triple-double she had last year, but she's a threat to get a triple-double every night out.
Mid-range jumper, Brianna Barnes is off the mark with it. Got her own miss, though, and a reset here for the Hawks.
And this is what the Hawks want to do. They want to use a little cloud, make it go side to side. That's the third side. That means the ball was reversed twice. That's what you want to do with OU. The last thing you want to do is to get into a track meet and start running up and down because these Sooners, they're like a pinball machine. You know how quick it starts ding, 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 and points start going up?
I do.
That is what it is when these Sooners get on the floor. It is a pinball machine, Chad.
Jenny Baranczyk wants to see some things today, most definitely out of her team. Looking to see what the bench does with focus today and impacting the game when she goes to that bench, but rebounding fundamentally. And she said, angles of help. Want to play better defensively with their angles of help. And Maryland Eastern Shore, as you alluded to, they will test that because they'll grind it out in the half court and make you defend for lengthy periods of time, won't they?
Well, they will. And then they want to do similar to NC State, which we'll talk about earlier this week. They want to put you on an island and make you guard the ball at the point of attack, and they want to test your on-ball defense. And we're going to see a lot of that this afternoon.
Leah Chavez easily navigates a little light pressure in the backcourt. Open for three. A little bit short. And the rebound taken down by DeKarian Turner. Oklahoma settles back into a man defense. This is Brianna Barnes. A touch here for Jalen Clayton.
See it, Chad. That's the second side. See if it touches the third side.
Baseline drive here by Clayton all the way under the bucket. Shot clock is at 5 as the three misses for Barnes. And Beers the rebound. Baseball pass ahead. Williams ahead of the pack. 2 more.
You see Peyton right there, Chad. She gave a point to Reagan and said, great outlet, because again, as soon as that touched her hand, she knew what she was doing. You have to have defensive balance if you're these Hawks from Maryland Eastern Shore. You got to get back. Shot goes up. Point guards usually get back. Corner jump shots are sometimes hard, though, especially when the point guard takes the shot.
We'll see our first subs of the afternoon here in just a moment. 7-1 advantage for Oklahoma. And a traveling violation. I don't know, a little bit of contact between Verhulst and Barnes just was unable to come to a jump stop.
When we talk about that Sooner transition game, but you saw as soon as Reagan got that, her head and eyes are up. You love to see that. And we talk about this all the time, Chad. Between Aaliyah Chavez, Zaya Van, and Peyton Verhulst, the Sooners basically have 3 point guards on the floor at most times.
High-low pass from Stewart, who just checked in, and another easy lay-in for Sahara Williams.
Well, that is what the Sooners love to do, and usually it is Reagan Beers on the receiving end of that high-low. That time, it was Brooklyn Stewart dropping a dime down to Sahara Williams, and easy money right there, Chad.
9-1 Oklahoma. Jenny Baranczyk already going into her bench. Nice pass and an even better catch by Turner to lay that in.
Well, and that was a switch, a 5-1 switch right there. And that time, Aaliyah got caught kind of ball watching, and look at this. Don't blink. Don't blink, Chad.
Off a made bucket. All the way to the other end goes Verhulst with the miss. Here comes Jalen Clayton. She's out of Fresno, California, a true freshman for Maryland Eastern Shore. Lynch, a 3, and that's good. First field goal for Lynch today.
That's what she does, though. She is that straw that stirs the drink we talked about, but you can't celebrate made baskets when you play these Sooners. You better get back in transition.
Chavez lost that. Diving in goes Lynch to pull it away, and a timeout taken by Maryland Eastern Shore. So they'll have possession, and they've made it a 3-point game. Midway through our opening period at the Lloyd Noble Center, Sooners up 3 against the Hawks.
A little grit and something inside of you, a little toughness to do what they did, and it was very impressive to watch this group. They're kind of growing up right before our eyes.
And Jenny Baranczyk giving a lot of credit to North Carolina State. She said, listen, they are good. They tested the Sooners, but Oklahoma has won 7 straight, their longest winning streak since 2021. And they have scored 100 points in 4 straight. That is a program record. And you think about all the great teams that have played at the Lloyd Noble Center, but 4 straight games of 100 or more for this Oklahoma offense, averaging 93 points per game.
It's that pinball I was talking about. That pinball machine, Chad. A lot of dinging. Ding, ding, ding.
Brooklyn Stewart, as we said, is in there. Trying to find Verhulst, but pass a little bit behind her. It spills to the floor. Possession arrow stays on this end with the Sooners with 17 to shoot.
Well, you know what happened, Chad? That was an ATO, after timeout play. And, you know, the old saying, you take what the defense gives you. That time Brooklyn already had in her mind, since that is the play, the give and go that they love so much, she was going to pass that regardless. And that time it probably wasn't there.
So Malika Willis, second season as head coach after multiple assistant coaching stops at Mississippi State, Texas Tech, Georgia Tech, most recently Kennesaw State. And these 2 head coaches, longtime friends because they are both former Iowa Hawkeyes. And just a few years apart.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Although Malika said, I was way before Jenny. I said, well, that's not what Jenny said.
She said just a little, just a little. But
she said, no, I'm old. I said, no, you're not.
Malika Willis said it's like family.
Big time shot right there, Chad. That is what Zaya Van has just talked about, growing right before our eyes and getting better and better each night. Zaya Van is the poster child for that one. She is just, she's booming right now. She's playing with a lot of confidence.
Oklahoma now has Kai Smith into the game. Chavez takes a running rebound and starts the other way. 1 on 3. Doesn't matter. She'll pull up. Off the mark and rebounded by Lynch. But a turnover. And that's been a little bugaboo for Maryland Eastern Shore. Fouls and turnovers, if they can curtail both of those things. I mean, this is it's a team that's won 6 of 11 with a brutal road stretch.
Brutal. And to me, I mean, and I always say, what you're doing, you're just trying to fine-tune, figure your team out, do all the things you need to do, as we see Coach Willis right there. But it's all about the MEAC for this group.
There's that Hawkeye connection. They have spoken a lot over the years, and certainly when they've gotten together for Iowa reunions. Brooklyn Stewart launches a 3. And Chavez tipped that one right to Smith for the lay-in.
Give Aaliyah the assist on that one, Chad. I hope, can we send a message to the stat guy?
Yeah, that's an assist.
That is an assist.
But is it a rebound and an assist? It's got to be.
I'm feeling generous.
It has to be.
Yes. As the old point guard in me says yes.
No other way to go. Oklahoma's 7-point lead. Hard attacking drive here by Hill. And Chavez comes away with it. This is where Oklahoma just is lethal in the open floor. Verhulst, a wide open look. I think we got an offensive foul as Chavez failed to come to a jump stop. She's called for charging into Desi Taylor.
Boy, you can hear me laugh a little bit because Malika Willis had a conversation right there. It was, you always say, you heard me say this yesterday, Chad. It's not when you call it, as long as you get it right when you call it. You know what? Probably wasn't the right call.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what you teach, the jump stop, playing off 2 feet. And that's one of those things that Aaliyah will obviously pick up and get a little better, but you don't want to give yourself those fouls.
Yeah, I mean, she's got 2.
That second foul puts you on the bench.
And that's where she is. As Jenny Baranczyk sends Keziah Lofton, the freshman from Bethany, Oklahoma, into the game. 13 to shoot here for the Hawks. What a youthful Oklahoma lineup it is. Freshmen, sophomores, and then the veteran Verhulst out there.
Peyton's like the coach on the floor right here. Peyton, you've heard me say this, Chad. Peyton's been around long enough where she can finish the coach's sentences for them. And so she is going to help this young group right now and kind of watch for them to run their offense and her to be the facilitator.
That foul was on to Karen Turner, and that's 3 turnovers in the last 5 trips now for Maryland Eastern Shore.
You said it, too. That is their bugaboo, Chad, because they force so many turns. They almost 11 steals per game, and the thing is, you just can't give them back. That's one of the bugaboos they do have, and need to iron that out before that MEAC play begins.
Yeah, Coach Willis was talking about Barnes and Lynch, the backcourt. She said it'll be beautiful when they're not in foul trouble and can actually play a normal game together, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case today. That is the second foul on Allen. And the first free throw splashes home for Zaya Van. You were talking about this, and we mentioned family and the Jenny Baranczyk and Malika Willis connection of family. Then you've got the blood family of the Vans. And Skylar Van, the former Sooner. The thing that they have in common is that nose for the basketball, and the stats bear that out, right?
It truly does. Zaya Van, as a 5'9" guard, gets about 1.5 offensive rebounds per game, Chad. She had 4 offensive rebounds when they played at UCLA. That is just a nose for the ball, and we saw Skylar run them down night in and night out for year after year after year as we sat here on the sideline. So I don't know if did Brian Van ever get any offensive up? The BV was all about shooting. BV was a shooter. He wasn't rebounding.
There wasn't anything to rebound. He was making all of his shots for Coach Billy Tubbs. Trying to get it into Williams. Surrounded. Good kick out. The lefty 3 by Lofton. No good. Look at that life from Smith. And Zaya Van scores again. With Smith keeping that thing going.
That is big time by Kaya right there. Kaya to Zaya right there. Offensive rebound. And Zaya caught it in the middle right there and was so open she didn't know what to do with it for a second.
You got Zaya, Kaya, and Kazaya.
God knew you were going there.
Yeah, all on the floor together. 11-point Sooner lead with under 3 to play. And that one went off the side. Looked like hit the head of Kaya Smith. She somehow wrestles it away and looks like she's okay. That's one that'll make your eyes water.
Yeah, those don't feel good.
They do not.
By the way, too, our job, Chad, did not screw that up when you just said the Kaya, Zaya, and Kazaya.
Stick to the last names. And Smith is going to try to rub her eyes and clear the water and line up for a couple of free throws.
Well, she's a 75% foul shooter stepping up to the line here, so just want to make sure that she's seeing clearly. Shoot at the one in the middle.
You know, she's really at that point where she's almost played number of games-wise a true season. She played only 17 games as a freshman, learned by watching, but she has been out there a lot more, and she's got 3 games with 5 steals this year. That's active.
Chad, 2.1 steals per game in under 14 minutes a night. That's something, but it doesn't hurt when you get those that you just said, though. Yep. Those heavy load steal games, but that's just her anticipation, athleticism. I mean, you know, she has that mentality. She has a defensive mentality that Jenny loves because sometimes one player can be a majority, and on that defensive end, you put her and Sahara out there together, you have a good group to guard.
Oklahoma's on an 8-0 run. It's now 9 turnovers in the first period for the Hawks. And that 3 splashes home, and for the Sooners, it is their second made 3 of the day. Kaya Smith with her second made 3 of the year.
Well, just missed both foul shots, steps up, makes a 3, and that was against the zone, Chad.
I'm telling you, I think young players practice threes more than they do free throws.
I mean, hey, why mess with the easy ones? I'm going to make the hard one.
Yeah, a 3 is worth a lot more than a free throw. 3 to 1.
Analytics, Chad.
Yep. I don't know if I agree with it, but the numbers bear it out, right? 14-point Oklahoma lead with under 2 minutes to go.
Little ball screen continuity right there.
Smith rotated over and just whacked Allen. Looks like Laney Allen's okay.
That time the Hawks got it not to the third. I talked first, second, third. They got it to the fourth side on that time. That is like 3 ball reversals. Got it around, had an empty side pick and roll right there. As soon as read it, just got a little aggressive on the help defense.
It's the first foul on Smith. And to the free throw line goes Laney Allen, senior from Plymouth Meeting, Minnesota. She's got 3 double-doubles on the year, and Malika Willis said, we had some serious conversations with Laney Allen about what do you want your senior year to be. But these 3 double-doubles are certainly a good sign that she wants it to be special, Pooh.
It was impressive listening to Coach Willis talk about that. She said, you know, they kind of had a come-to-Jesus conversation or two and said, Laney said, I'm going to stop. She figured out to stop coasting was the word she used and just started playing hard. You can see what's happened back in this matchup zone.
Verhulst back in for the Sooners. Oklahoma now with the freshman Keziah Lofton, and for the first time Emma Tolan, the freshman from Ireland, is out there. This is Tolan throwing it in. Verhulst catch and shoot 2. And Sahara Williams, nobody can contain her. She had it stripped on the way back up, though. Verhulst will pick it up and put it in.
Picking up the loose change, fell right in her lap. Look what I found. Peyton will take advantage of that, and look at this defense by the Sooners.
And a held ball, possession arrow will stay in favor of the Hawks, but this Oklahoma full-court defense is causing some problems.
It really is. They've gotten multiple steals. They're also just the deflections and the activity, and it is causing, you know what it has? It's like walking on eggshells right now. The Hawks are kind of walking on eggshells every time they inbound that ball, and it's on their brain with these Sooners picking up full court.
22-9. Jenny Baranczyk's defense has now held Maryland Eastern Shore without a field goal for almost 5 minutes of this first period. And the Hawks are just 2 of 9 from the field. That one poked out of bounds by Williams. She is a defensive tone setter, without question. Energy, effort.
I just love 2.6, nearly 3 offensive rebounds per game, Chad. You know how hard you have to play to go get 3 offensive rebounds a night? Those offensive rebounds don't find you. You go get them.
Minute 10 to go here in this first quarter. Lofton blocked the shot of Cameron, but a foul call. It'll be 3 free throws for Jada Cameron.
That is a freshman. We talk about that every time we see a jump shooter being fouled while shooting a 3-point shot. I don't know if Jenny agrees with it. I'd have to get another look at it, but you don't want to put yourself in that position to foul a 3-point jump shooter, and the young freshman Keziah will learn from this.
She's having a pretty stern conversation with Tommy Paris over there on the sideline.
Good way to put it.
University of Maryland Eastern Shores. Now they've dialed it back a little bit here.
That's what Cameron's known as too, Chad. She's a potential 3-point jump shooter. She's 6 for 16 on the season. 38%, just under 40. Definitely a very capable 3-point sniper, but had 12 points when they played VCU, made 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. She is an active player that you don't want to let her get her feet and shoulders squared because she can knock them down.
She knocks down all 3 free throws to get the Hawks into double figures. Jada Cameron dents the scoring column. Still no field goals in 5 minutes, and the Hawks trying to stick around via the charity stripe here in this opening period.
Love to see this. Like Sahara Williams now initiating that offense, and there's that high-low we talk about so much with these Sooners.
Beers brought the ball down, picked up a foul. She'll shoot a pair.
You know what's so tough about that high-low, Chad? Peyton Verhulst is catching that ball right at the top, just above the top of the key at the 3-point line. So you're right in the middle of the floor. So guess what? Coaches always talk about midline, help side. Like, where's the help side then? The ball's in the middle of the floor. So we talk about on an island. Right here, look, boom. So everyone, the way they overplay and how much activity, did you see how far the help defense had to run? Mm-hmm. That's why you catch it in the middle of the floor to go with that high-low look. It's a lot easier to get it on the left or right wing where that defense can load up. You heard me talk about load. Then you see 5 bodies all on this side of the floor. So interesting little chess match we talk about with Jenny catching that ball, having Peyton catch that ball in the middle of the floor before they go high-low for Reagan.
Those are the first 2 points of the day for Reagan Beers. Has not attempted a field goal.
And you know what? Sometimes, though, because of that activity on the perimeter, but sometimes you get open, easier shots, and Sooners just haven't had to do that.
Wide open lane. Tolan was late arriving, and a crash between Tolan and Lynch will send Lynch to the free throw line for a pair.
This is what Jenny was talking about, Chad. We're going to see it right here. It's just dribble penetration. And obviously, Emma was a little late getting over, but it's guarding the ball at the point of attack. This is where you're going to be tested night in and night out. We saw it against NC State, and this is another good test by these Hawks because they're going to drive that basketball at the end of the shot clock.
That is 10 free throws shot by Maryland Eastern Shore in this opening period and making the most of it, back to within 11. 24-13, less than a minute to go in the opening period, and a foul underneath is going to send Sahara Williams to the free throw line. Lynch will be called for that one, and that is 2 on Lynch.
Sorry, Chad. I was going to just mention that was 2 for 1 time, and ended up getting it with the foul call. As soon as you get
in a roundabout way.
Roundabout-ish way. You get 2 foul shots in an extra possession. So 2 for 1 still. Kind of.
Yes. Sahara is one of 4 SEC players averaging a double-double. Just having a monster junior campaign. And so good that she is becoming it, taking that energy, managing it, seeing what the defense is, how they're trying to play you, because she will be played differently than just about any Oklahoma player out there, won't she? She
does. I mean, certain nights they're going to sag off and force her to shoot threes. Other nights they get in her space and try to force her to just not have that, because she is usually the recipient of that basketball at the top of the key for that high-low pass. As we saw, it was Peyton just a couple of possessions ago. So that is the thing that we're going to watch night in and night out, how teams defend Sahara in that high post, because it's going to get a lot of different looks
Nice little hesitation there by Lynch. Couldn't complete the play, and Williams blocks the shot of Barnes. It's out of bounds off of Barnes. Back to the Sooners. Effort there from Williams.
That's what she does. That's her calling card. Sahara Williams, I would say an all SEC level defender. I don't get a vote, but if I was voting, she would be on the all-SEC defensive team.
You may not vote, but you can campaign.
I'm campaigning. Then hey, I'm going to be her campaign manager.
Here's that 2-for-1 opportunity the Sooners can get with the shot clock off. Verhulst, she's playing the point right now. Into Beers, left hand, easy money. And the Sooners have scored 27 in the first quarter.
And that is why Sahara is second on the team in assists, because she throws it to Reagan a lot.
Well, Oklahoma has won 7 straight. They've scored over 100 in 4 straight, and they are on pace to do so once again. 14-point advantage at the end of the first 10 minutes on this Sunday afternoon at the Lloyd Noble Center. Peyton Verhulst and company. Steals and scores, and plenty of them for the 9th-ranked team in the country.
Have not scored off the Sooners 3 turnovers, so you're right. And then you look at the boards. Sooners are up just 1, but the Sooners have 3 offensive rebounds compared to only 1 for Maryland Eastern Shore. But it's been a lot of work done by both teams at the foul stripe, Chad. 8 for 9 for Maryland Eastern Shore, 8 for 11 for the Sooners, and Maryland back in this Eastern Shore back in this matchup zone.
Yeah, we had 20 free throws shot in that first quarter. Reagan Beers off the mark there. The rebound off of a Hawk underneath. I think that went off Laney Allen. So the Sooners get a reset here.
It's only Reagan's second field goal attempt right there, Chad. So the Sooners came out with that ATO in that first possession. Man or zone, they were looking to get that basketball into the paint.
Yeah, that certainly catches your attention. Just 1 field goal try for Reagan Beers, and Oklahoma going to try to remedy that. Chavez to inbound. She'll sidestep and shoot a 3, and it's good. For the Sooners, it's their second made 3 and the first for Chavez.
Chavez shoots just under 9 of those a game, Chad, where she makes 36%. She has multiple games this season where she's made 7 threes, so she can heat up quickly.
Those are her first 3 points of the afternoon. You think about that. Beers and Chavez have scored 5 total points, and Oklahoma leads by 17.
That's just, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about this roster, Chad.
That's turnover number 10 against the Hawks. Verhulst out to Zia Van here. Beers slashes and scores. Good feed by Williams.
Good feed, but an even better catch. Did you see Reagan just throw that right hand up there, and that ball just stuck like Velcro?
Yeah.
I mean, she has soft hands and made that play look easy, and it was not.
On the move, pass was a little behind her, holding off a defender. Made it look like she was shooting on a Nerf hoop.
It really did. I mean, that's not easy. That was not an easy play.
Laney Allen scores the other way. 32-15 Oklahoma. As Williams trying to whip that one inside, but it's stolen by Laney Allen.
You don't really want turnovers as a coach, Chad, obviously, or as a team, but that was the right thought, because you and I talked about if Reagan only had 1 field goal attempt in that first half, they're looking to get that basketball to her this second quarter.
Nice back cut, but Cameron could not convert. And Chavez, beautiful pass to the streaking Sahara Williams, but she didn't dribble it, and they whistle her for a travel.
Streaking might be the key word. Sahara got a little excited, and I know she loves to wear that number 6, and her favorite player is LeBron James. She looked like LeBron in transition right there. Wasn't as bad as, I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought live.
I promise you, we did a men's game yesterday. That was happening all day long and not getting whistled.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You are correct.
That looked like John Mateer to Isaiah Satania for 6 right there is what that was.
Sahara, I take it back. I thought it was worse when it was live. That was not bad.
You're lobbying.
Campaign manager.
Campaign manager. Verhulst triggers and hits the 3.
That is what you don't want to see her get live and getting heated up, because if that ball goes to the hole one time for number 12, Peyton Verhulst, that bucket gets bigger, Chad. She can heat up quickly.
That she can. Seen it many, many times. The 3 by Carter the other way. Out of bounds it goes. Shauna Carter, her 4th collegiate stop. She's made a couple of threes this year. She's a grad student, contributing off the bench for Malika Willis's team. Beatrice Culleton in there for the Sooners now.
Back in his zone. A lot of activity, though.
Williams kept it up high and released it. No, Culleton gets the reset. And it pinballs out of bounds off of the Hawks. It'll be Sooner basketball.
Very good rebound, though. I mean, Beatrice Culleton went up in traffic and squeezed that basketball with 2 hands. Her minutes are so important. You and I were talking off the air right before the game, Chad, because she allows, Reagan to get that break. And this is the best, knock on wood, that Reagan Beers has ever done as far as defending without fouling. She's under 2 fouls per game. And Beatrice Culleton does a lot of help for that.
What a steal and save by Chavez to get Williams to the free throw line. Touched it with one hand, flipped it behind the back right on target. How about that play?
That was big time. That is a big, almost like she heard our opening, Chad. We talked about it. It's not just about the points. I mean, this is an effort play, runs down, swipes it, and then that pass was on the money, too, now.
Eyes in the back of her head.
That was a very, very impressive play.
Yeah, she has been a hit with her teammates from day one, as the nation's top recruit coming out of high school a season ago. Wants her teammates to be successful. You see an example of it right there. Williams has been successful.
I just love what we're looking at, too. Like Jenny mentioned this. She said she allows her to coach her hard and to make her a better player, and that's why she chose to come to Oklahoma. They're great teammates. You got a great coach, great program. And, I mean, you're seeing it right here. I mean, she wants to be coached, Chad, and that's why she's growing. Every game to game, she just gets better and better.
3 minutes into the second, Sooners have opened up the lead to 21. They've outscored Maryland Eastern Shore 9-2 in period 2. Late shot clock here. It's under 10. Laney Allen gets something going. That was stripped by Zaya Van. She took it away from Carter. Here's Van, the 3 ball. Verhulst tipped that and retrieved on the floor by Carter, who gets tied up. Possession arrow goes the other way.
Zaya Van, again, a nose for the basketball. She gets 2 steals per game, Chad. She is always around the ball.
Not afraid to stick her nose in there.
She is not. She's just a kind of a jack of all trades, do it all type player that kind of casually goes about her business. The next thing you know, you look up, she's got 10 points, 2 steals, 6-7 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists. Stat stuffer.
Brooklyn Stewart, Kaya Smith back in for Oklahoma. Taylor was open, but elects to put it on the deck, and Smith saves it off the Hawks. It went off of Taylor. That's how you get a game where you have 5 steals.
Just gotta love her anticipation and activity.
It's now 13 turnovers against Maryland Eastern Shore today. Oklahoma with 6 steals. Chavez 3 rims out, and a foul on the rebound. Culleton, a little over-aggressive in there. That is her first. And it's team foul number 1. Not as many fouls here in period number 2.
Knock on wood, Chad.
Yeah, just 1 apiece. We were into the bonus both ways in the first quarter.
20 free throws in the first quarter.
Culleton runs Sanchez off the 3-point line. Nice rebound to scrape that up by Beatrice Culleton. 3-on-2. Smith racing the other way for the Sooners. Zaya Van steps by on the baseline, but missed it.
You see how smooth Zaya is, though, Chad? I mean, there was no room in there to do that. She just snaked right through and still got a very good, clean look. Just couldn't get it to drop.
She says, no room, I will find room.
She can make it. She just snakes through there.
Hawks in no particular hurry. Desi Taylor, hard drive against Van, but couldn't get it to fall. Van all the way, shot partially blocked, but collected by Stewart. It was Clayton who blocked it, and Brooklyn Stewart is set to head to the charity stripe.
Brooklyn Stewart just getting better and better, too, for these Sooners. Such an energy player. 2 offensive rebounds a game. You saw her big smile. She brings so much joy to the floor and that effort and energy that she plays with. But she had that high-low assist, and I think she was happier to get the assist than Sahara to get the basket off that high-low, Chad. That tells you everything you need to know about Brooklyn Stewart.
First one is up and good for this very talented freshman, part of this recruiting class coming in for Jenny Baranczyk. Brooklyn Stewart. Jenny Baranczyk called her the shining star of the win over North Carolina State. Said she's just had big improvement since the Sooners suffered their lone loss to UCLA on the road.
She had 6 points in 16 minutes, but she made so many other plays, though. I mean, she's rebounding, she's keeping balls alive. That doesn't go on the stat sheet, but she's making plays to help you win big games like that, Chad.
Midway through quarter number 2, Sooners by 23, just comfortably ahead as they've been for much of the afternoon so far.
It's just business-like. That's how you would describe it.
Tough to throw over that wall, and Turner threw it away.
See who got the deflection, Chad?
Yep, Kaya Smith. There's Lofton earning 2 free throws.
You spoke her up earlier on that defensive end, Chad.
Oklahoma turning a little defense into a couple of free throws as we head to break. Keziah Lofton will be at the free throw line. Oklahoma in the middle of a 6-0 run to lead by 23. And Oklahoma has forced 14 turnovers already this afternoon. And that has left Malika Willis and her Hawks looking for some offensive consistency. They tried to slow it down a little bit, Boo, but going to have to slow down the turnovers if they want to get back into this.
That is exactly right, Chad. You're talking 14 turnovers that have led to 14 OU points, and then points in the paint, 16-2. So that gives the Sooners a 14-point edge. Fast break points, 11-0 from the Sooners, and a lot of those fast break points are caused because of the 14 turnovers that the Hawks have. So you're right, they have to value the basketball on every possession and force OU to guard for 28 seconds and then get back and set your defense, and they want to chip away and get into this 23-point lead, Chad.
Oklahoma able to substitute early in the first quarter and play a lot of players so far here today.
Very impressive, though. 18% defensive field goal percentage for the Sooners. I mean, they're holding these Hawks down. They have 3 for 17. They've made 1 3. And what happened to Chad? 9 foul shots in the first quarter. First 5 minutes, 0 foul shots. And, I mean, the Sooners started defending without fouling, and causing these turnovers. So that is why the Hawks have been stuck for a minute on 15.
Keziah Lofton's first one, a friendly soft bounce off the back of the rim. Keziah Lofton from Bethany, Oklahoma. Teammates have joked that she is Coach Baranczyk's favorite player. Kind of joked about it. Super coachable. Lengthy at about 6 foot, but
long.
Has a wingspan much longer than 6 foot.
And I mean, closing speed. She looks like a trackster. I mean, she can, look at her. I mean, she can guard that basketball at the point of attack. And you said it, Chad, strong enough to defend the post now.
And that's what she's doing. Shot clock is at 5, and the foul line jumper missed for Turner. Megan Beers back in there. Chavez out there. She'll hoist. Short with that one. And Stewart trying to keep it alive. It goes into the pocket of Desi Taylor. Looks like Peyton Verhulst is set to return for the Sooners. Jalen Clayton here from Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks have scored only 2 points here in this second quarter. That changes on the bank shot by Papin, Enola Papin out of Saint-Étienne, France. But the Sooners on a made bucket, racing to the bucket, goes Brooklyn Stewart for 2.
Yeah, made field goal, Chad. That was the Dean Smith, North Carolina 4-second break after a made field goal. Quick out. Sooners look just like that. And you talked about Papin. That's what she does, though. She made 96 threes at South Georgia Technical College. So you know what? Got to get in her airspace. I'm not sure she called glass, though.
I think technically that's a pretty good year shooting a 3.
I'll take 96 of them all day.
Yeah, Stewart with the block. Transitioning, Chavez. And stolen there by Turner. It's turnover number 6 against the Sooners in the opening half. Papin wanted to pull the trigger again.
Heat check.
Yeah. Kai Smith was right there to make sure she couldn't get it up. There's Clayton. And Stewart just fends her off down on the baseline. Late shot clock here. 5 to get one up for number 5, Clayton. Don't know if she realizes it. Nothing she can do about it. Going to be a shot clock violation against Maryland Eastern Shore. And I think Jenny Baranczyk has to be pretty satisfied with the defensive effort by her team so far.
I would agree, Chad. I mean, they're holding the Hawks to 20% field goal shooting, and she just keeps bringing in fresh bodies, though. I mean, Jenny brought 3 new ones in right now. You bring Sahara back in. You bring, was that Kaya back in? I mean, you just keep running bodies out there, and these are long, lanky defenders too. So.
And she was talking with us about defense yesterday, and she said 3 words that really stand out: help, communicate, rotate.
Can't go wrong if you do those 3, Chad.
Mission accomplished so far today.
Message received.
Yeah, 2 free throws coming here for Kaya Smith.
Straight line rip. That was a rip drive with her right hand where she's so fast. And you talked about Keziah with having that long wingspan and being about 6 foot, 6'1". I mean, almost bookends right here with Kaya. I mean, those two, you think when you get them on the perimeter, you start switching. You can switch 1 through 4, 1 through 5 with groups. Sometimes, I mean, Jenny will switch 1 through 5 with Beatrice Culleton in. So this is a pretty good defensive lineup right here for the Sooners.
Kaya Smith was a Class 6A high school state long jump champion at Putnam City West. Had 12 against Florida State, Oklahoma playing and beating back-to-back ACC schools.
And even more impressive, I'm going to add to that, Chad, 15 minutes. 12 points. I mean, that is a little jolt of energy off the bench, and the Sooners needed every one of those.
2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore scoring only 5 points in period 2. And 10 to shoot. Barnes turned right into traffic. 3 to get a shot up. Taylor will. It's an air ball, and out of bounds it goes.
Chad, they are fighting for every inch of this court. I mean, that's the Sooners. Give them credit their defense, because the Hawks are fighting for every reversal pass, every bounce. They have bodies in their space. So, Sooners, Jenny, I mean, that was whatever she talked about defensively the last few days. Bottle that one up, because the message was well received, Chad.
That pass over the top, a little too far out of the reach of Verhulst, and out of bounds it goes.
And it's, again, we know, like, January, things are going to get a little different into December, but it's just a mentality, though. I mean, it's just when you come in and you're pulling the nails out of the floor playing defense, and you're in a stance, and you're in the gaps, and you're communicating, and you are rotating, these Sooners can be tough to beat, Chad.
Papine, there's that heat check. She got it up. Zaya Van with the block inside, but Barnes got her own miss and then missed again.
That's some soccer going right here.
We do. And Zaya Van's holding the side of her head. See if she's okay. Kaya Smith set to inbound after the kickball. A lot of stoppages and some turnovers, substitutions. Play a little bit choppy in the latter few moments of this second quarter. Smith back over to the bench. And Sahara Williams returns with 8 points and 5 assists for Sahara Williams.
Second on this team in assists, total assists, Chad. So that's what she does. She knows who to find.
Just having a great year. Verhulst spins baseline and scores off the window.
Love it, love it. A little Steve Smith fake spin right there. For you old schoolers talking about Steve Smith, and with the left hand on the right hand side, big time finish right there by Peyton Verhulst.
Under a minute to go. The 3 rimmed out for Lynch.
That was the best shot that Hawks have gotten, probably in the last 6-7 minutes. No pun intended, Chad.
About 8 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Matolan back in for Oklahoma, and a foul on Papine, who can't believe it.
No,
shocked.
Yeah, no. No one's ever committed a foul, have they?
And the Hawks are over the limit. That will put Emma Tolan at the free throw line. Just been solid, said Jenny Baranczyk of this native of Ireland. Had a hand injury playing with the Irish national team in August, and then some visa challenges getting to Norman. She also played Gaelic football growing up.
What,
Yeah, that one
school
caught your
me. Help me out.
attention.
Educate me.
No,
here,
I
Chad.
hope you could do that for me.
Educate. And I love what Jenny said about Emma. Doesn't make mistakes. You know what? People that coaches say that about, they end up getting on the floor.
That's
because
right.
coaches like those players that don't make mistakes.
Tough shot there, runner by Barnes. And Williams with another rebound. Outlet to midcourt. Verhulst got it away at the buzzer, but a little bit off the mark. Pretty complete defensive first half for the Sooners. They hold Maryland Eastern Shore to 16% shooting and force 15 turnovers. Good for a 27-point lead.
It's textbook, Chad. This is exactly what Coach Baranczyk asked for. A little long ball right there. And the defensive effort has been second to none. These Sooners could be very, very dangerous as they head into 2026. Impressive.
Presented with foul trouble on the part of Laney Allen and DeKaren Turner. They both have 3 fouls. So the 2 post players, in effect, for Maryland Eastern Shore are in foul trouble. For Jenny Baranczyk, I would say she probably just wants more of the same. Defense was very good. Offense right at 45 points.
I think you're right, Chad. I think you and I like to say run it back. I think she would run that defensive effort in the first half back and maybe shoot it at a little higher clip where the Sooners usually shoot it right around 46%. They were at just under 44% for the first half. But I don't think Jenny would complain with that, especially with that defense.
Good opening half for Peyton Verhulst. She is the only Sooner in double figures. She had 10 points on 4 of 7 from the field. Made 1 of 2 from three-point range and had an assist and a rebound. A lot of ball handling for Peyton Verhulst as we have seen her be so versatile. Set to go here, half number 2. It will be Oklahoma ball. Working from left to right. We'll see if the Hawks have a run to right. We'll see if the Hawks have a run in them. Remember, they played back on Friday, winning at Wichita State. And this is their 6th consecutive game away from Prince Anne, Maryland.
I was telling you, I want to give a shout out to Sahara Williams as well, Chad, since I'm our campaign manager.
Yes.
5 assists in the first half. 5 assists.
So versatile, doing it all, just providing energy, effort, enthusiasm.
Gotta love it. And again, that is contagious.
Quickly into Beers it goes. And 2 on the board, 15 seconds into the second half.
Give Sahara 6 assists now, by the way. She's on a mission to try to catch up with Aaliyah. Aaliyah is the leading assister on the squad. Sahara says, I'm going to try to catch you today.
You keep throwing it into number 15, that assist category is going to climb.
That's a good way to get assists.
There's Ashanti Lynch with the opening bucket of the second half for the Hawks. Big collision underneath.
Sahara, and look, hey, right there, Chad, remember what Jenny talked to us about? That time, the defender, which was Laney Allen, was backed off and almost sandwiched Reagan, right? And I say sandwich, 1 in front, 1 in back, trying to double team your front and back side. But Sahara just threw a dime, threw a bullet.
She will go to the free throw line to start half number 2. Quick catch and shoot off the inbound. That's another thing Jenny Baranczyk was talking about. Baseline out of bounds plays and execution there being a mindset.
It is, and we talked about with Jenny yesterday. It's like special teams in football. Since today it's the CFP bracket reveal, let's talk a little football. Those baseline out of bounds plays, Chad, those are special teams plays.
It's kind of the third element, offense, defense, and out of bounds plays that you can score off.
Well, you got side outs, you got baseline out, you have ATOs, which are after timeouts, half court sets, but not something that you use all the time. You know, those are the special teams aspects that can win you games and lose you games as well. The Hawks are 1 for 1, Chad. We talked about grinding out and getting a good shot up every possession. 2 for 2.
Yep. That's right. Yep. Floater down by Khalees Hill that time. Her first field goal.
You want to make sure you get a good shot every possession.
Verhulst misses the 3 quickly the other way.
And throw it to the teammate wearing a maroon jersey. Not the white jerseys or out of bounds.
It feels like the Hawks want to up the tempo a little bit. Good shovel inside the Barnes, wiped away. Beers got it. And Zyvan can't quite come away with it. Instead picked off by Allen. Tough runner across the lane, Barnes. And here comes Sahara Williams. Williams spinning into the paint, score the bucket, and a foul.
That's just a big-time move right there with the right-hand drive, spinning back to her left, used her body so well. We're going to see it right here. This is where she's so good, though. Just get a little bit of an angle and a little separation by throwing that strong body of hers around. And again, she wears number 6 for a reason. LeBron James, her favorite basketball player, and that was a little a la LeBron James right there in the transition. You don't want to get in front of Sahara Williams either.
6 assists. She's now the leading scorer in this game with 13. And she's got 3 rebounds as well. Just having a great year. We mentioned the scoring is up. The rebounding is up 6 per game. And she's a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio player as well. So much to like about her game.
And she's just getting, more mature. I always say the longer you're in a program, which is in this day and age, Chad, with the portal, so many people just come in and are like one and dones. The longer you're around a program, though, the easier the game gets, and that is what's happening. We're seeing that with Sahara.
And Oklahoma has become such a destination type of program for the culture, the winning, and the resources that Jenny Baranchak and her staff and all the personnel that Oklahoma provide. 30-point lead, and that's a 5-second count. Not what the Hawks wanted. It is their 16th turnover.
No, and the Sooners love to zone up. They'll zone up, and then they'll switch out and try to take some things away, and that time they caught the Hawks slipping.
Here's Chavez. Free on the baseline for 2.
That was just a great little, I'd call that a pistol action there on the sideline, and Aaliyah took that handoff and just straight line drive with the left hand, finished with the right hand on the left-hand side.
5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for the leading true freshman scorer in the country this year, Aaliyah Chavez, off of games where she scored 29 and 33 back-to-back. And that one knocked away by Zaya Van.
See, in this chat, after 2 great possessions and getting a shot up, that's 2 back-to-back turnovers, and that's what kind of got this hole for the Hawks.
Verhulst swoops it across. Chavez 3. That's home. Timeout, Hawks.
That's just good basketball, Chad. Peyton Verhulst is a reason she's a walking triple-double. And that baseline drift pass to the corner over there, I mean, this is a thing of beauty. 2, someone's open, there's 2 on the ball. Aaliyah says, guess what? I make 36% of these, and I shoot 8 of them a game, baskets. Eating number 15, Reagan Beers, like you said, Chad, just does it all. And not to mention, she's probably the best defender as well. So what does she not do? Sell popcorn, maybe?
Just she will do that. Just managing the game and letting it come to her, observing how the defenses are playing her and using that to her advantage. Hawks called the timeout. They need a bucket here. It's an 8-0 Oklahoma run to pull away and lead this one by 35.
Well, as soon as they counter, this is you could call it a matchup zone, Chad, but it was a switching, saggy man-to-man, which is the same thing. And they were doing a good job of trying to protect the paint. And again, if you're the Hawks, you'll take that. They didn't turn it over. They got a makeable shot.
Sahara Williams right back to the attack. No good this time, though. Lanny Allen secures the rebound. Maryland Eastern Shore just 4 points in the paint. You mentioned protect the paint. They have not been able to get in there offensively. And that's what Malika Willis said they have to do. They have to get paint touches, but they have been hard to come by.
Sooners have done an excellent job of just, like you said, Chad, protecting that paint.
See, there's a paint touch, and there's a trip to the foul line.
Good things tend to happen. Good things tend to happen when that ball touches the paint off the drive or pass. It can be a cutter, it can be a pass, but when the ball touches that red or that crimson right there in the paint, good things tend to happen.
Foul was on Chavez. That's her 3rd, where she picked up 2 pretty quickly, but played through that in the first half.
Well, she's been probably one of the better defenders of Aaliyah Chavez today, has been her with the fouls.
That stopped an 8-0 Oklahoma run. Jenny Baranchak and Aaliyah Chavez talk it over as Turner lines up another. She's in her 3rd season at Maryland Eastern Shore, but didn't play in 2023-24. Out of Annapolis, Maryland, close to Princess Anne, where UMES is located. Williams a three, and it skips across into the hands of Allen.
Sahara missed that shot, Chad, but Aaliyah Chavez on that cut, a little UCLA cut right to the basket, caught it, and just the hook pass on the money, which those are those cerebral plays that Jenny was talking about. That is very cerebral. She saw that before it even happened.
Chavez picks up Lynch. 10 to shoot. Zyvan making it hard on Taylor, and Stewart picks off the pass. Tried to throw it ahead to Chavez, but it's intercepted by Clayton. And Clayton all the way to the bucket. Could not connect, though. And it stays here. They say that it went off of Kaya Smith, so the Hawks will get a reset.
You had the correct words there, Chad, when you said that was an interception. That looked like that was definitely Brooklyn threw it, and we had the defender looking like one of the Bowen brothers here for the Sooners.
That's right.
With the interception, got the pick.
You know, in Stewart's defense, as Van gets an interception the other way.
Pick six? No.
Not quite.
Pick two.
Rebounded by Clayton. And Verhulst playing free safety. Van waited and will go to the foul line. Fouled by Lynch.
Zaya did a good job of playing off 2 feet. She tried to time it. We'll see this. It's a turnover fest right here, though, and over the top by Peyton. Really good pass. See Zaya take her time. I'm not sure she needed to, though, right there. She probably could have caught it and got it up on the glass quick, but never wrong when you play off 2 feet and take your time, though.
Oklahoma 14 assists on 18 made buckets today. Once again amongst the nation's leaders in assists per game. Second in the SEC, 11th nationally at 20 assists per game.
And that number over on the left-hand side, Chad, the field goal percentage defense for the Sooners. I mean, still at 18 for these Hawks.
Yeah, 6 of 33 from the field. Smith knocks that one away as bodies go sprawling to the floor. Lynch and Verhulst get tangled up. And the foul will be on Peyton Verhulst. That's the first on Verhulst. Number 2 against the Sooners here in this third quarter.
Fresh bodies again, though. Kaya Smith, Keziah Lofton. Here comes Reagan Beers back in. Chad, just keep. There's a reason that, I mean, it's hard for these Hawks to find a basket because the Sooners are fresh and they are dialed in on this defensive end.
Yeah, you go to this reserve unit, so to speak, with Lofton and Smith, and you're talking about energy and length on the defensive end.
So active.
Nice job with the hard drive to get the shot away by Lynch, but Beers has an Oklahoma rebound. Chavez behind the back, stop, pop, and off the mark. Right to Laney Allen it goes. Laney Allen's having a good day on the boards. That is number 6. Open look behind the screen, and Taylor rinses a 3.
That's what Taylor does. Over 70% of her field goal attempts are from behind that arc, and she shoots nearly 50% from the 3 at 48.
Smith able to save that one to keep the Sooner possession alive. They will run Lofton off the 3 line. And skip pass is batted out of bounds as Lynch got a hand on it. And we've got a timeout here. 4:34 to play in the third. Oklahoma by 30. Trying to win their 8th straight.
He's starting to cheer when they make a field goal.
That's okay.
I like
You're
this.
buying in.
Number 1 in the country in defensive rebounds, and we always talk about the pace. It goes hand in hand with what you mentioned, the tempo, but also in total rebounds, they're number 2 in the country. So just kind of par for the course right now. But I will say this: they're even on the glass as we speak with these Hawks, Chad, from Maryland Eastern Shore.
Up top, Beers surrounded by 4 Hawks who swooped in, and she still earns a trip to the free throw line. Man, that's tough. You got 4 players around you. It's even hard to pass out of a quadruple team. What do you do?
get yourself to the line and make these foul shots. And then I'm going to also say this. She was obviously being harassed and couldn't really gather to spray it out. But you have to have, when that happens, when the ball's in the middle of the floor like that, you need a player in each corner so she can spray it either direction and get it out. But you have to make yourself available is the words that I can hear Tubby Smith saying right now. As an offensive player, make yourself available.
30 years later, it's still in your head.
It's just echoing.
So Beers now 9 points and 6 rebounds. Reagan Beers on a good run here. She's got 6 straight double-doubles coming into the day. 7 on the season. She'll bring it up court this time. Verhulst splits that twin set of defenders out top. And that pass was batted and then stolen as Papine got a hand on it. And Papine shoots a 3 the other way. She's 1 for 3. Made her first, has missed her last 2.
Kai Smith is like, there's 2 number 4s out here, Chad. She's a little bit of everywhere.
No doubt.
She's flying in for that rebound.
Now the high-low with Verhulst trying to post inside. Often misses the 3 attempt, but is able to save it to Chavez. Verhulst foul line jumper. And the Hawks head the other way. Maryland Eastern Shore just 14 total points in the last 2 quarters. So Oklahoma defenses held them to 19% from the field today.
Very stingy on this defensive end.
Lynch missed a turnaround try. And here comes Smith out of the pack for the Sooners.
A little donut move right there. It was actually a nice field goal attempt by Ashanti.
Chavez shoots a long 2 that's in and out. Laney Allen securing another. You know, it's not, Laney Allen goes about 6'2" in there. She's got good size, but physically she's been able to hold off some bigger Sooner defenders and rebound contesters. Verhulst says, why not? Oklahoma not having a great 3-point shooting day. 4 of 18 now.
And those are makeable shots for Peyton Verhulst, and she's more than capable. Where she shoots 36% behind that arc. Just hadn't been one of those days right now for the Sooners from behind the 3-point strike. Credit the Hawks, though. They're still running their stuff.
Here's Lynch. Lynch has gotten loose a few times, just having trouble getting it to go down.
Like Coach Willis doesn't mind those last 3 possessions that we've seen, though, Chad.
And Jenny Baranczyk doesn't mind that 3 by Kaya Smith, her second of the day.
Second one of the day. Kaya stepping up, making plays more than just on the defensive end, which she's back doing it. I don't know if she got away with a double dribble there.
Yeah, she may have, but she gets the assist after the steal, and Kaya Smith really serving up 5 quick Sooner points. Timeout, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Kaya Smith, we said it was like 2 of her out there, Chad.
Maybe it's more like 3.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe a 3rd one joined. She is all over the place. A little DCO here, Chad, too. Defense. Okay, she batted it down, so I'm not sure it was a double dribble. We'll let her slide. The stripes let it go, so it's legal.
That's right. When did you start agreeing with the stripes?
Well, hey, when I started sitting over here.
That's right. So, Kaya Smith now, 9 points. She has 3 steals, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists off the bench today.
Stat stuffing ball game. She is playing. She is giving a jolt of energy to these Sooners. And I know Coach Baranczyk had, really talked about that reserve group bringing the juice when they come in, as you and I were talking earlier, Chad.
Right.
Kaya got the message. And Keziah does the same. She's had more deflections, and Brooklyn Stewart has that big smile plastered on her face. She's bringing it too. So this group is playing, and this game hit a little bit of a lull. I think you would agree with that, Chad. They changed it, though. This reserve group has upped the level a little bit.
Stewart banging bodies inside. Good perimeter passing, but Williams misses the 3.
Yeah, that was a swing, and that one more was by Zaya Van, and gave that one more pass right there to Sahara and caught her in rhythm, and that's one that Sahara can and will make.
Foul was the first on Zaya Van. It's the 4th against Oklahoma in the period, so no free throws yet for the Hawks. Now there will be. Hill went crashing into Tolan, and I think they got that foul on Van again.
I think you're right, Chad.
Zaya Van picking up a couple of quick ones. Khalees Hill from Powder Springs, Georgia, the Morehead State transfer to the free throw line. Got her for the reach-in. Nearly 4 minutes without a point for the Hawks. They're trying to change that. Oklahoma, the quick ball advancement with under a minute to go. Stewart. Just standing there creating the turnover was Turner.
I'm looking at Jenny, and she gave the palms up, kind of like, what in the world? Players do that. Sometimes they have their mind set, and they're going to do something, and that time Sahara was going to hit that high post flash against that zone.
Well, the Hawks were ready and waiting. It's knocked out of bounds by the quick hands of Zaya Van. It'll stay right here. Oklahoma's defense really turned up the turnover machine. They have forced 22 and have 14 steals. We're not even through 3 periods.
Or they've given the Hawks a taste of their own medicine. Short clock right here, too. Not sure the Hawks realize.
Turner put it on the deck. Van took it.
Great swipe by Zaya.
The Euro step with the left hand, no. Stewart rebounds and is fouled.
That was a great swipe on that dig down. When I say dig, she was helping in the post. Just swipe right down and just took that ball. That was great defensive execution by Zaya Van. Look at this right here. See her digging there. That's called the dig, and she just swiped, took it, and a little nice left foot, left hand. You got to get high and soft, though, Chad. You hear me say it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't get it very high. And in the words of Chad McKee, you said you got it high, just wasn't very soft when you shot it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I could shoot it really high, not very soft. Stewart lands that one softly. So the Sooner lead 37 now. On this bench, you look up and down, and everybody has contributed in multiple ways to the defensive effort. Maybe it's an assist or scoring. That one off the mark for Papine. Stewart runs the floor and did get that shot away on the lob.
She got it off. I was looking. Didn't make it, but they knew it.
Love the effort. Love the enthusiasm and energy. And it's been all Oklahoma. 37-point advantage. Pooh headed to the 4th.
It's just been beautiful basketball, Chad. That's a little inside out on the baseline drive, baseline drift. Kaya Smith says, I am here today. And the young fans are loving it. And you win. And so the Sooners have done that today, as well as causing a few extra turnovers by having activity and speeding the Hawks up. So just credit this Sooner defensive bunch. And I think that second group, or that reserve substitution pattern, has gave the Sooners a jolt in the arm on this defensive end.
So it's 25-0 in points off turnovers today in favor of Oklahoma. They forced 23 Maryland Eastern Shores turnovers. Nearly the 24th right there. And there's a steal. Zaya Van with another. And Culleton will go to the free throw line. Lady Allen in shock at that foul call.
Very unselfish play there by Zaya, though. Those are the plays that Jenny talked to us about yesterday. That was the right play. Chad, you heard me, we talked, I think it was literally 24 hours ago. I was talking about a bounce pass as a feeding pass, right? And that was when you throw a bounce pass. That was a perfect opportunity. Fed Beatrice Culleton on the break, led her right into that layup, and Beatrice taking advantage, and I would give Zaya the coach's assist. You know that. We've had this talk.
Yeah, I agree.
She made the pass, led to Beatrice Culleton being fouled. She made both foul shots. And, and I got a guy over here giving me the 67-point score today.
Oh, we do. We're at 67.
I'm old. I would not have known, but I got a young kid right to my left.
I mean,
he saw it. He noticed.
Kids are paying attention to the 67.
As I am not.
Nor I. That's out of bounds. Stewart and Williams combined to poke that one away. 5 steals now, by the way, for Zaya Van today.
That's just unbelievable. I mean, that just, again, are the Hawks turning it over? Yes, they are. But Sooners are forcing a lot of these, and to get 5 steals is unheard of.
And so many live ball turnovers producing Oklahoma points. That foul's going to be on Emmett Tolan.
Well, you said it earlier. Sooners up 25-0 on points off turnovers. And then if you go fast break points, where some of those also are leaning off the turnovers, 21-0, Chad. So Sooners are taking advantage of every one of these extra opportunities.
Splitting a double team, but missing is Hill. And Lynch was standing on the sideline as she went up to try to save that ball. It'll be Oklahoma ball as Verhulst, Chavez, and Beers return. And the Sooners have their starting 5 out there. We'll see how long that they go with this game well in hand. 1 minute into the 4th quarter. Chavez, and her 3 is down. That's going to be assist number 7 for Sahara Williams today, and Chavez is into double figures.
Something I've noticed, and Aaliyah's good enough to make him any kind of way. She can make him left, right, whatever, but when she gets that rhythm flowing to her left, she makes an even higher percentage, so that is her comfort zone, kind of her wheelhouse.
Foul line jumper splashes down for Lynch. 9 for Lynch today. Beers right under the bucket, fouled by Turner.
I mean, how would you like to wear the stripes and have to officiate against Reagan Beers? She just puts so much pressure on the defense as well as the officials, because she is, you said it before, she may be one of the toughest players in the country to officiate.
And that is 5 fouls on DeKaren Turner. It's tough to deal with Reagan Beers. She'll foul out with 4 points. 2 fouls in the period against the Hawks. And there's foul number 3. So the Sooners are going to, it appears, shoot a lot of free throws here in this final period. That foul whistled against Clayton.
Well, that's one of those stats on the stat sheet. They just started this a few years back. Fouls drawn.
Right.
Like going in, Sahara had drawn 5 fouls, and Reagan had 4 that she'd drawn. So that was earlier. So now Reagan's probably up to 6. And it's just, again, it's so much pressure she puts on.
She taps that one back up and in. So give her a rebound and a bucket.
She had and give her a big smile. That gave her a huge smile. That's one of those where you do drill work and you practice that a little bit, and when you get a chance to do it and it works in the game, it brings a smile to your face, Chad.
4 Sooners in double figures. 5 of them average double figures. Tough angle there for Sabater Sanchez.
You are correct. Tough angle. You take 1 to 2 dribbles with your right hand and you create a better angle, and that's the fundamental easy post feed action that you work on all the time.
Back up top to Beers and back into the bucket for Beers.
That catch is unbelievable. That pass was too high. She tipped it to herself, Chad, and came down and finished with the left. I mean, made it look easy.
Yeah, never brought it down so the guard could try to steal it from her. Reagan Beers posting close to a double-double once again. She's got 6 in a row. Lynch misses the little running jump hook, and it tumbles out of bounds back to the Sooners. Hawks will sub Desi Taylor back in. 74-30. Oklahoma. Sooners coming off that ACC SEC Challenge win over North Carolina State here. Verhulst plucks the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great read on that weak side. Ball comes off 75% of the time to the weak side. Peyton saw it, read it, got it on that right-hand side, and a little sneak with the left-hand finish.
Jalen Clayton all the way around the perimeter. Nice little spin by Allen to earn a pair of free throws.
Good, very good move there by Laney Allen. Put him in the spin cycle right there. Off the shot fake, left-hand drive, spin back to the right. Drew the contact, earned her way to the stripe for 2.
Coming off a double-double against Wichita State. Reagan Beers, you see, jogging straight back toward the Oklahoma locker room. Up the tunnel she goes. Pooh, did you see something that might have happened there?
No, I did not.
Nor did I. And the Oklahoma trainer, Brittany Beaver, is following her up the tunnel. Check on the Sooner All-American. Laney Allen averaging 8.5 points and 6 rebounds a game. She's got 7 rebounds and now 5 points, approaching another double-double, having that senior year that you want to have. She is the 3-year blocks leader for the Hawks. Chavez, ball fake, step back 3. And over the top it goes.
Great shot fake, side step. That was, you know who does that as well as anyone. Klay Thompson-esque with the shot fake, side step 3. That was textbook. Great job getting open, actually, though, because Sahara was waiting to get her the ball and got her right in a sweet spot.
6.5 to go. And Oklahoma by 45 with a foul here. Get that on Zaya Van, who's racking them up pretty quickly. That is number 3 on Zaya.
Get a little handsy. You start slapping and coming down with the hands. Those officials get excited with doing that. When you start doing that, Chad, they start blowing the whistle.
It's hard, though. When you get 5 steals, you want more.
That is true. I don't think I ever had 5 steals, so I don't know anything about that, Chad.
Yeah, me either. They have to come out and guard Williams on the 3-point line, and she turns it over. Threw it into Allen.
She knew it, too, as soon as she let it go. Sahara kind of stood still there for a second and was talking to herself like, why in the world did I do that?
You know, that's another good thing about Oklahoma. The turnovers have been cut down this year. Even in the loss to UCLA, they only committed 9.
No question.
And Chavez takes the bump from Taylor and an offensive foul.
Great job by Aaliyah. Just staying squaring up. Caused Taylor to push that left arm out there. And that's why you continue to slide and move your feet. She did a great job of not stopping. You heard talking about running backs, right? Keep your feet moving. On the defensive end, you keep your feet moving. Aaliyah did a great job of that and was able to draw that foul from Taylor.
Still have not seen Reagan Beers return to the Oklahoma bench. Verhulst, a wide open look at a 3 that's off the mark. And that's tapped out of bounds. I think they will say that Beatrice Culleton touched it last for Oklahoma.
And the Hawks dodged a bullet right there, Chad, because I mean, in rhythm, 1-2. Peyton's kind of looking at herself, too, like, what in the world is going on? Because she makes that shot about 50 to 60% of the time.
Yeah, she's about a 38% career 3-point shooter. And you do dodge one when she misses wide open like that. Sabater Sanchez off the mark, and Aaliyah Chavez grabs it, heads the other way.
That was a great contest by Sahara Williams.
That one blocked down again by Laney Allen.
Yeah, Aaliyah got herself, Chavez got in the air. We talk about it, Chad, sometimes when people leave the feet, you got to have a plan. I don't think Aaliyah had a plan necessarily when she took off on that one.
Long rebound back out to Clayton, who goes right to the bucket. No. And she'll get another crack at it. Missed that one, too. Verhulst trying to climb over the back of Lynch.
That was a great job of Lynch wedging and boxing out, though, on the offensive end.
It was a little too good. She's called for the foul as we go to break. 4:35 to go. It's been all Sooners from Jump Street at the Lloyd Noble Center today.
They got her on it. They got her boxing out.
Yeah. So it's 25-0 in points off turnovers today in favor of Oklahoma. They forced 23 Maryland Eastern Shores turnovers. Nearly a 24th right there. And there's a steal. Zaya Van with another. And Culleton will go to the free throw line. Laney Allen in shock at that foul call.
Very unselfish play there by Zaya, though. Those are the plays that Jenny talked to us about yesterday. That was the right play. Chad, you heard me, we talked, I think it was literally 24 hours ago. I was talking about a bounce pass is a feeding pass, right? And that was when you throw a bounce pass. That was a perfect opportunity. Fed Beatrice Culleton on the break, led her right into that layup, and Beatrice taking advantage, and I would give Zaya the coach's assist. You know that. We've had this talk.
Yeah, I agree.
She made the pass, led to Beatrice Culleton being fouled. She made both foul shots. And, you know, and I got a guy over here giving me the 67 points scored today.
Oh, we do. We're at 67.
I'm old. I would not have known, but I got a young kid right to my left.
I mean, every
he saw it. He noticed.
Kids are paying attention to the 67.
As I am not.
Nor I. That's out of bounds. Stewart and Williams combined to poke that one away. 5 steals now, by the way, for Zia Van today.
That's just unbelievable. I mean, that just, again, are the Hawks turning it over? Yes, they are, but Sooners are forcing a lot of these, and to get 5 steals is unheard of.
And so many live ball turnovers producing Oklahoma points. That foul's going to be on Emmett Tolan.
Well, you said it earlier. Sooners up 25-0 on points off turnovers. And then if you go fast break points, where some of those also are leaning off the turnovers, 21-0, Chad. So Sooners are taking advantage of every one of these extra opportunities.
Splitting a double team, but missing is Hill. And Lynch was standing on the sideline as she went up to try to save that ball. It'll be Oklahoma ball as Verhulst, Chavez, and Beers return. And the Sooners have their starting 5 out there. We'll see how long that they go with this game well in hand. 1 minute into the 4th quarter. Chavez, and her 3 is down. That's going to be assist number 7 for Sahara Williams today, and Chavez is into double figures.
Something I've noticed, and Aaliyah's good enough to make him any kind of way. She can make him left, right, whatever, but when she gets that rhythm flowing to her left, she makes an even higher percentage, so that is her comfort zone, kind of her wheelhouse.
Foul line jumper splashes down for Lynch. 9 for Lynch today. Beers right under the bucket, fouled by Turner.
I mean, how would you like to wear the stripes and have to officiate against Reagan Beers? She just puts so much pressure on the defense as well as the officials, because she is, you've said it before, she may be one of the toughest players in the country to officiate.
And that is 5 fouls on DeKaren Turner. It's tough to deal with Reagan Beers. She'll foul out with 4 points. 2 fouls in the period against the Hawks. And there's foul number 3. So the Sooners are going to, it appears, shoot a lot of free throws here in this final period. That foul whistled against Clayton.
Well, that's one of those stats on the stat sheet. They just started this a few years back. Fouls drawn.
Right.
Like going in, Sahara had drawn 5 fouls, and Reagan had 4 that she'd drawn. So that was earlier. So now Reagan's probably up to 6. And it's just, again, it's so much pressure she puts on.
She taps that one back up and in. So give her a rebound and a bucket.
She had and give her a big smile. That gave her a huge smile. That's one of those where you do drill work and you practice that a little bit. And when you get a chance to do it and it works in the game, it brings a smile to your face, Chad. 4 Sooners in double figures. 5 of them average double figures. Tough angle there for Sabater Sanchez. You are correct. Tough angle. You take 1 to 2 dribbles with your right hand and you create a better angle, and that's the fundamental easy post feed action that you work on all the time.
Back up top to Beers and back into the bucket for Beers.
That catch is unbelievable. That pass was too high. She tipped it to herself, Chad, and came down and finished with the left. I mean, made it look easy.
Yeah, never brought it down so the guard could try to steal it from her. Reagan Beers posting close to a double-double once again. She's got 6 in a row. Lynch misses the little running jump hook, and it tumbles out of bounds back to the Sooners. Hawks will sub Desi Taylor back in. 74-30. Oklahoma. Sooners coming off that ACC SEC Challenge win over North Carolina State here. Verhulst plucks the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great read on that weak side. Ball comes off 75% of the time to the weak side. Peyton saw it, read it, got it on that right-hand side, and a little sneak with the left-hand finish.
Jalen Clayton all the way around the perimeter. Nice little spin by Allen to earn a pair of free throws.
Very good move there by Laney Allen. Put him in the spin cycle right there. Off the shot fake, left-hand drive, spin back to the right. Drew the contact, earned her way to the stripe for 2.
coming off a double-double against Wichita State. Reagan Beers, you see, jogging straight back toward the Oklahoma locker room. Up the tunnel she goes. Pooh, did you see something that might have happened there?
No, I did not.
Nor did I. And the Oklahoma trainer, Brittany Beaver, is following her up the tunnel. Check on the Sooner All-American. Laney Allen averaging 8.5 points and 6 rebounds a game. She's got 7 rebounds and now 5 points, approaching another double-double, having that senior year that you want to have. She is the 3-year blocks leader for the Hawks. Chavez, ball fake, step back 3. And over the top it goes.
Great shot fake, side step. That was, you know who does that as well as anyone. Klay Thompson-esque with the shot fake, side step 3. That was textbook. Great job getting open, actually, though, because Sahara was waiting to get her the ball and got her right in a sweet spot.
6.5 to go. And Oklahoma by 45 with a foul here. Get that on Zaya Van, who's racking them up pretty quickly. That is number 3 on Zaya.
Get a little handsy. You start slapping and coming down with the hands. Those officials get excited with doing that. When you start doing that, Chad, they start blowing the whistle.
It's hard, though. When you get 5 steals, you want more.
That is true. I don't think I ever had 5 steals, so I don't know anything about that, Chad.
Yeah, me either. They have to come out and guard Williams on the 3-point line, and she turns it over. Threw it into Allen.
She knew it, too, as soon as she let it go. Sahara kind of stood still there for a second and was talking to herself like, why in the world did I do that?
You know, that's another good thing about Oklahoma. The turnovers have been cut down this year. Even in the loss to UCLA, they only committed 9.
No question.
And Chavez takes the bump from Taylor and an offensive foul.
Great job by Aaliyah. Just staying squaring up. Caused Taylor to push that left arm out there, and that's why you continue to slide and move your feet. She did a great job of not stopping. You heard her talking about running backs, right? Keep your feet moving. On the defensive end, you keep your feet moving. Aaliyah did a great job of that and was able to draw that foul from Taylor.
Still have not seen Reagan Beers return to the Oklahoma bench. Verhulst, a wide open look at a 3 that's off the mark. And that's tapped out of bounds. I think they will say that Beatrice Culleton touched it last for Oklahoma.
And the Hawks dodged a bullet right there, Chad, because I mean, in rhythm, 1-2, Peyton's kind of looking at herself, too, like, what in the world is going on? Because she makes that shot about 50 to 60% of the time.
Yeah, she's about a 38% career 3-point shooter. And you do dodge one when she misses wide open like that. Sabater Sanchez off the mark, and Aaliyah Chavez grabs it. Heads the other way.
That was a great contest by Sahara Williams.
That one blocked down again by Laney Allen.
Yeah, Aaliyah got herself, Chavez got in the air. We talk about it, Chad, sometimes when people leave their feet, you got to have a plan. I don't think Aaliyah had a plan necessarily when she took off on that one.
Long rebound back out to Clayton, who goes right to the bucket. No. And she'll get another crack at it. Missed that one, too. Verhulst trying to climb over the back of Lynch.
That was a great job of Lynch wedging and boxing out, though, on the offensive end.
It was a little too good. She's called for the foul as we go to break. 4:35 to go. It's been all Sooners from Jump Street at the Lloyd Noble Center today.
They got her on it. They got her boxing out.
Yeah. Double figures on the season, and Oklahoma's starting 5 is the highest scoring starting 5 in the country. And here they are on display again. Verhulst, Beers, Williams, and Chavez all in double digits. Comfortable advantage with 4:36 to play.
That's what they do, Chad. That is exactly what you just said. That starting lineup, I mean, you're talking 4 McDonald's All-Americans and Zaya Van, who, as Jenny said yesterday, at times has been the best player for the Sooners. I mean, so the beauty of their roster is any given night it can be one of those 5, and then don't sleep on a few of those that come off the bench, and they do their jobs, and that's what makes this bunch such a dangerous bunch in the SEC. As they get into SEC play, you know it's going to be ratcheted up a little bit, Chad, with the competition. One of the things I like to talk about, as Peyton makes that, is that the Sooners, who average 93.3 points a game, they're number 4 in the country. That's only good enough to be number 2 in the SEC, because you have a team down in Baton Rouge that averages, hold on one second, so let me tell you this, 110 points per game.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Off to an incredible start, no doubt. And this league, 8 top 25 teams this week for the SEC. Is Stewart wide open and just padding the rebounding stats, but could not finish the play. Comes up empty.
Everything but in.
Yeah.
And that was a really good pass. That was that high-low action that the Sooners love so much. And Beatrice Culleton dropped a dime on Brooklyn, and Brooklyn came up a little short.
SEC got some really good wins in that ACC SEC Challenge, including Oklahoma's win over North Carolina State. You had the win over North Carolina for Texas. Texas has beaten UCLA, North Carolina, and South Carolina this year.
Holy cow.
What a great beginning they are off to. 3-ball canned by Kaya Smith.
Third made 3-point jump shot for Kaya Smith this afternoon, and she starts doing that with a little more consistency. Holy cow, Chad, because you know what she brings on the defensive end.
81-31. Oklahoma by 50. And Maryland Eastern Shore, you know, the 6-game road trip they played on Friday night, just trying to have their legs underneath them has been a challenge to get up and down with Oklahoma today. They've scored only 3 points here in this final quarter. Sooner turnover there, a little ambitious on that attempt.
I'm looking right at Coach Baranchek, the old coach in me, Chad, and she looked at Aaliyah and she said, why? Why? Those are the little learning things. Like, they'll watch some video. I almost said tape again. They'll watch video of that and teaching points. That is a teaching point.
No more tape?
Nah, I don't think we do the tape anymore.
They say digital these days.
Yeah, it's digital.
I'm not sure I know what that means, but it's digital.
Sounds good to me.
Culleton contesting that shot by Clayton. Near shot clock violation.
Is that like the levels that Kramer had? Oh, no.
Yes.
Inside foul, Chad.
Chavez drills the corner 3. She's got 14 now. That's her 4th made triple.
I mean, that's how good she is, because as we said here, we know how good she can be. This feels like kind of one of her, like, oh, she's doing okay. But then you look up, she's got 14 points, Chad. You know how hard it is to get 14 points in a college basketball game? It's not easy. And she makes it look easy. That just tells you how good of a player that Aaliyah Chavez is.
Layup scooped up and in. Salvador Sanchez there. Stop and pop 3 this time. Tolan corrals it and scores her first bucket.
Emma wasn't sure she was going to be that open. She kind of surprised her, too. I think the second time I said that, Zaya Van had it happen in the first half. This time it was Emma Tolan.
A timeout taken here just for substitution purposes. We will see Dafa Sissoko, Sooner freshman from France, in for the first time today, and Keziah Lofton returns.
Keziah Lofton just has one speed. She's picking up full court when they're up 53, Chad.
Doesn't know any different.
Not pressure, really,
no.
But I mean, it's just, I'm out here. I'm a defender. I'm long. I'm lanky. I'm going to guard you.
Oklahoma's got 4 freshmen and a sophomore on the floor with 1:33 to play. Some free throws coming up here. And you talk about, we mentioned the SEC, and then teams like Georgia, they are off to a 10-0 start. Their fastest to 10 wins in program history. Ole Miss got a good win in the ACC SEC Challenge. They were down 19 and beat Notre Dame.
It's a very good win. I watched a little bit of that game. You're right. That was a dogfight.
The South Carolina able to grind one out against Louisville in that ACC SEC Challenge.
I don't know if you watched, but how impressive was that crowd, too, by the way, in that game. I mean, that Yum Center was buzzing. So for the Gamecocks to go in there and come out with a win, very impressive.
They have done that a time or two.
That's their calling card.
Yep. Sissoko lobbing it up for Stewart to convert it.
Well, Stewart missed that last one on the exact same play. That time she cashed in. You know what you say on that, Chad, with the Gamecocks? They were true to it, not new to it.
That's right. Oklahoma, 54-point advantage. It's going to be consecutive win number 8. Not going to hit the century mark today. They had hit 104 consecutive games.
I mean, some of that is obviously the Hawks have grinded it out and tried to make that ball go third, fourth side, and slow it down some. So they've caused a little bit of that.
Dafis Sissoko dishing to Stewarts.
Sooners might not get 100, Chad, but they're going to be close to that 93 average of theirs.
And Brooklyn Stewart's in double figures as well. 10 points and 3 rebounds for her. 6 Sooners in double digits in this one. The Hawks looking forward to being back home. As that foul count the bucket, and a free throw for Laney Allen as well as Sissoko got her.
Just gave up a little bit of an angle right there by Dafa. And the young freshman, you learned, she kind of tapped herself on the chest and said, yep, I didn't keep moving my feet. And just gave that angle. Can't give up that angle.
Maryland Eastern Shore, this road trip did include a trip to the Bahamas. So that's not such a bad deal. They played the battle for Atlantis, but they're going to face LaSalle on the 14th, but not in their own gym because of graduation. A multi-use facility being used for something very important.
Playing a road game at home. Is that what you call that?
Yes.
Maybe it's not called that, but as a coach, those are the things that run through your mind.
Might
like,
feel
oh,
that way.
Yeah.
Shot clock is off. Oklahoma closing in on a very convincing win. And they did it with defense today, something Jenny Baranczyk talked to us about yesterday. Just getting better defensively today, and the Sooners certainly did that. Oklahoma wins 90-37 over the Hawks of Maryland Eastern Shore. And Jenny Baranczyk's team going to move to 9-1. They've won 8 straight games. Maryland Eastern Shore falling to 6-6 on the season. And you look at the defensive numbers, Pooh. They hold the Hawks to 18% shooting. They scored 31 points off of 28 turnovers and come up with 17 steals.
I want to say it's a thing of beauty. I wouldn't call it a thing of beauty, Chad. It was, if this wasn't a beauty contest, obviously, but the defensive end, that was beautiful. I mean, they were digging in, and they made, I think I said it earlier, they made the Hawks fight for every single inch of this court today. And that is something that this Sooners team can't do. I mean, that's one of those things where Jenny's talked about it. Today they showed it.
This is one of those games, too. You have you hit a point in the season where you've played those games